In new 6x9s on my Tacoma, and this whole piece here is the actual speaker. This speaker, this cone is connected to this frame. It's all one piece. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut this out, the speaker out, and add the 6x9 that I'm going to be putting in on top of this frame here to be able to put it on there, because this hole is too big for me to put the 6x9, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of modification to this and to the actual door panel. For the door panel, I have to cut this off because the actual frame of the actual speaker, the 6x9, won't fit. So the 6x9 is too big, or the diameter, width and length is too big. So this little frame here stops the 6x9, or stops the actual panel from sitting flush and closing and locking in with these clips. Here's the 6x9 I'm going to be putting in, and this is the stock one. That's the original. This is the aftermarket. And so, like I said, this is one whole piece, right? It's all built in together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these wire cutters and cut these all around. I'm also going to grab this razor blade and go all around right here, all around the cone area, the foam surround. Cut it out just like this. I cut it with the razor blade all around. Once I cut the whole thing out with these wire cutters, just like this, I'm just very careful with these wires because I'm still going to reuse this same connection. So turn it over and undo this very carefully. Take them out of there. Okay, one more thing. I have to clip this part out because you see how it's being held in there. I got to cut this part out and cut that part out. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Okay, once I took those little clips out, this thing comes right out, and it's connected to the spider of the speaker. Now I'm going to clip these wires as far into the speaker as I can, because I'm going to reuse these. There goes one wire, and as you guys can see, that's where it's clipped right there. And I'm going to clip the other one right there as well. Now this is what you're left with. So I clipped it, clipped the little the leads. There they are. That's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. And now I'm going to reuse these here. One thing I forgot to mention, I don't know which one of these two is positive or negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it just the way it is right here to my speaker. And I know this one here that's more copper color, that's the positive. This one here is negative. So I just hooked them up just randomly, however. And then I'm going to connect this wire into this plug, and then connect it to this battery, this drill battery. And the speaker is supposed to pop up whichever way, vice versa, whichever way it makes this speaker pop up, then that tells me which one of these two wires is positive. Okay, so I'm going to try to do it here as best as I can. Okay, you see how it goes down? Okay, now I'm going to switch it. I'm going to switch the polarity, I think it's called. It goes down, keeps going down. Okay. That's up. That's positive. So the way I had it was this one here, the copper one, was on the left side, and this copper one right here was on the positive. So this one is the positive side. So when you just connect this battery to the actual speaker, if it pops up, it's positive. So whichever way you have it on here, that gives you a positive lead, a hot wire. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. How you figure out which one's positive, which one's negative, if it doesn't say it on the speaker like this one here. That one says positive. So but yeah, so I know this side right here is the positive. So now what I'm gonna do is put these little I forgot what they're called, but anyway, you can get them at Harbor Freight. They're whatever they are. I forgot what they're called, man. But anyway, I put them in there just to secure it, make sure that they don't make any contact with any other metal or anything in there. So I'm gonna put this in there as an insulator. I'll do it just like this. Get my little torch. Turn it around. There you go. Simple as that. Now, I like to be as useful as I can. I like to, use every little bit. So I had this one left over. I'm gonna put it in, and then I'm gonna overlap it with this one to cover the rest of the way. I'm sorry, not resourceful. There you go. I like to be resourceful. Turn it around. So this right here tells me that the red one is positive. Now I put the other one right above it. Shrink it up. Same thing with the back side. Shrink it up. And now it's good. Now I'm going to be putting in these connectors at the ends here. So now I got these two in there. Now I'm going to shrink them because these are, I bought these on at eBay. They're just connectors. But what I like about these is that you could shrink these. A lot of them you can't. A lot of them are like this here, that it's just a hard piece. Right? You can't shrink this, and I don't like that. I like these that you could actually shrink up. Like, check it out. They actually shrink. So move that one out the way. There you go. There it is. That's it. Now when you're doing this, make sure that you put this wire through the top, because the speaker is going to sit in here. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble getting the speaker through this bezel here. So just make sure that you put the wire through the top when you're wiring it up. That way, the speaker sits right in like this. Otherwise, if you do it through the bottom, then you're going to have the wire hanging over the top, and you don't want that. So to screw this in, I put it over. It's not going to be really like a really tight fit, because like I said, this bezel here is made for the original speakers. We're just reusing it, but it's still going to work though. You just got to have to work a little bit more instead of going out there and spending money. I'm on a budget, so I do what I can. I got these self-tapping screws. I'm going to put it in here and drill in and do it like this here. But I also, once I measure what size it is or how long it's going to be, I just cut this self tapper to the right length, so it doesn't stick out so much and it doesn't hit the frame of the inside of the door. So yeah, this is it right here. This is what I'm doing to secure the speaker, because like if you guys could see, the mounting screws, there is no mounting screws or places where you can mount the speaker. So the best thing that I could have came up with was a long screw all the way in to this bezel here. So now that I know that where that everything fits right, my mounting screws are there, the holes are done, my screws are cut, then I could go ahead and wire it up to this existing plug, for the original plug for the truck. Now that I got them in like this, and now I shrink them. Turn it over. A little bit of this side here, this side here. Make sure they're all good. Bada bing, bada bang. There it is. Now I'm gonna mount them up. Okay, now that I got the speaker set up, all this right here took me about 15 minutes, 20 minutes max to do exactly what I did from the minute that it was out. So, and it took me this long because I've been doing the video, so it should take 15 minutes, no more. But look at how clean it looks. It's clean, it's a good job, it's secure, everything is done right. I'm using the same plug from the actual truck. So it's going to be a plug and play with an aftermarket speaker from this. So now I'm going to continue with now that I have this done and ready to go, now I'm going to continue with the door panel. So the door panel, I have to cut this little border, this little frame around this door panel, because this is too small. It doesn't let the speaker, you see what that does there, it goes over this part here, over this bezel. So since the speaker sticks out off that bezel, off to the side, that border will not go over the speaker. It will no longer go over the speaker. So I need to cut that off in order for this speaker to sit flush with that existing grill from the door panel. And I'll show you guys. So this is basically what I mean. That border doesn't go into the bezel anymore, and it's popping out. The speaker's popping out of that bezel. So therefore, that's why I need to cut that border from that door panel off. I'm going to be using my Harbor Freight grinder. It's electric, battery operated. And I'm going to do little slits all the way around, just straight downward. Boom, 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 all the way around. And then I'm going to come around and cut each one of them off, but all consecutive, just in a line, in a row. You'll see. So this is what I do. I cut little lines like this, just to make it easier on me. And then I just come, like some of these I had to do it at an angle, because if you guys could see, I would hit the door panel. So I had to come like this at an angle, do it like this, just so it reaches to the bottom. Now I'm gonna come in like this, sideways, and just cut all of them off. Okay, so this is basically the finished product here. They're all gone. Everything, the little border is around here. It doesn't look very clean. You can clean it up if you want. I didn't feel like I needed to do anything else. I'm good. To me, this is just cosmetic. That's not going to be seen, so it doesn't really matter. What matters to me more is being secured, all the wires being right, the speaker being secured to the actual bezel, and so that's what matters to me. That right there looking ugly, man, I ain't even tripping. But anyway, this is how I do it. I was missing a clip here. I have extra clips. I buy everything at Harbor Freight. It's your friendliest fucking store, so make sure you find one in case you need stuff. All my tools are from there. Just wanted to throw that in there. But anyway, yeah. So it takes a little bit of time, and people might think that it's hard, but it's really not. It's really simple. You just, you know, it takes a little bit of time. Like I said, from the minute that I took this door panel off, I've been out here for about an hour. Even though I've been recording, it's only taken me about an hour. So it's really, really easy. And the shop would probably charge you $300-400 to do this type of job. That if you have the tools and and you have these little connectors, even if you have to go buy this, even if you have to go buy these connectors and some wires, you're still under $100 for sure. So now I'm going to put it in. There it is. I just bolted the bezel back up and plugged it in. Now it's good. That's what it looks like. Now I'm thinking if I should replace this tweeter with this one here, but I'm not sure. I'm still debating. But I could do that some other time. No time to debate. I got to get this door panel on. It's starting to rain. There it is. Oh yeah, super crispy. There it is. Now I just got to button it up, push it up against the door, and now it's good. And put in the this little control here for the windows and all that good stuff, and I'm done. But yeah, that's how you do 6x9s in your car with using the same speaker bezel. You don't need to go out there and buy anything. You can do it yourself. It's very simple. It takes a little bit of time, but like I said, it took me about an hour and 20 minutes now total, and that would be about 3 hours for both doors. I say 4 hours if you don't know how to do this, but with this video that I just made, you should be pretty good. You should be all right. It only has one screw right here, another screw right there, and then this little pop-in clip that I broke, and then it just has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe 7 clips throughout the door. I started on this side, so I start popping up the door after I remove all the screws. I started popping off the door from this side here. It's the easiest place to start. So you pop here, and then you start going all around. Once you get to that side, then you come back over here, pop these off, and then I go and pop that one off over there, and then it just pulls right up off the window frame there. So, but yeah, it's very, very simple. It's very easy, and anybody can do it instead of you going and paying, $400 for someone to put in some speakers when you can just order them for $100 on eBay or Amazon, and then put them in yourself for another, whatever, $30 or whatever if you go to Harbor Freight and get your stuff. All right, man. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And this is for the 2nd gen Toyota Tacoma.